Well, true, but you really can't do with just one without the other. Essence implies being. Huh? The essence of something implies that there must be the being of that, which it is the essence. No?
Mm-hmm.
So if you just say essence without being, then like saying, the tail without the head.
Yeah. Yeah.
It always has to be the essence of something.
Mm-hmm.
I may say, which is more important? Well, you don't want to have one without the other. That's for sure, because that would be impossible. So even though yes, Krishna consciousness is certainly beyond any particular manifestation of it. Without the manifestation, we wouldn't know about the Krishna consciousness either. If Prabhupada hadn't come, Krishna hadn't been there, the Chaitanya Saraswati hadn't been there, all the devotees, what would we be talking about? How would we even be able to talk about what Krishna consciousness is? So it means it may show up at any place. Krishna consciousness is not limited,
Mm.
showing up only in one place or showing itself only in one place. It can show itself at any place, but the show is also necessary.
Mm-hmm.
The reality. I, I Hegel taught the philosophy of ideal realism. The ideal is there, and the real is there. Uh, Talk about idealism without understanding what realism is. Difficult. Haribo, Haribo,
जय धन्यवाद महाराज
Anvas.
केशव प्रभु
धन्यवाद Maharaj.
अनुप्रिया दीदी
Dhanyavad,
धन्यवाद
Krishna.
Ideal and the real. Prabhu, how are you doing? You look
I'm
well.
taking some breath now because I have so many issues today.
So many what?
Issues, many things I had to do.
Oh,
And also I had the stand for my phone broke,
oh dear.
so I had to do something else to
I see.
hold the phone. And
All right. I have to get a new phone also. My phone is outdated now.
well, mine's outdated, but it still works.
Still works.
Yeah, but it's the stand I used to hold the phone, it broke. So I broke it just now.
Oh, I see.
I can't use it. How are you doing,
Mine,
Maharaj?
I'm okay. My phone works, but I can't load the apps. Some apps are not
Okay.
applicable. The apps are not applicable to my old phone.
Sometimes I think they do it on purpose, so you have to buy a new one.
I don't know. Maybe.
The company sometimes they make it like it's disposable. After a few
Maybe.
years, you need
yeah.
a new one. It's not
Yes.
working anymore.
So, and the screen is coming out also from the frame a little bit.
Mine too.
Really?
One side is like having a little hole.
I don't know how they put these things together. Anyhow.
I think they put like a timer and say, okay, now it's time to start to break up.
Yes.
What do they call that? Engineered obsolescence.
Yeah.
Ever hear that called? Engineered obsolescence. They're engineered to become obsolete at a certain time. You heard that word before? That phrase before?
No, Maharaj.
They engineer them that way.
Yeah.
It's not making to last. Just
And they
to
and they are not cheap. They're 600, 700, $800 for one of those little things. I'm sure it doesn't cost that much to make. Yeah. They make millions of them, and they
yeah,
charge $800 each. $800 million they make on one small device. Of course, they're very useful. They can do many things, but still, it is a bit of a ripoff, I was.
yeah.
Nice haircut, Rasaraj Prabhu.
Uh-huh.
You, nice haircut.
Oh, I have my barber. My son cut my hair.
So I see.
Nice.
Prepare for the summer.
Okay.
Is that number two?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear
Number
you.
two? The number
No, I don't
two.
know. Probably it's like 3. It's like low.
Did Maharaj mention anything about Acharya Maharaj during his class this morning?
Um,
No.
no, I think it was just basic, simple. Wasn't too long program. I mean, he gave thundervats to all of the acharyas
Uh-huh.
and yourself, but just mainly talking from Sri Guru and His Grace on that subject.
And what did that have to do about cooking? Cooking,
Not much.
not much. Okay.
We had a gap. It's nice. We sometimes just to put a little lecture in there is nice. A nice.
Can you remove that on the screen, see? I get it all. There. Yeah, the controls over your head. This program has some controls that shows on the screen. I was just speaking to Shanta Maharaj this morning. I don't know where he is now.
Rasaraj Prabhu.
Yes.
At the end of the month, last month, Lochan Prabhu came to the distribution we did in Princeton, and he was telling us about the Spanish community there in Princeton and how a lot of them are very sick and tired of Catholicism, looking for some better conception of religion. And there seems to be a lot. Lochan Prabhu knows, where to go essentially. And we were wondering, do you ever want to try to organize it? Do you ever want to try to give some program in Princeton speaking Spanish, like to the community members there?
But online?
No, at Princeton YMCA where we distributed the prasad. Dhanawats, Uma Devi.
Dandapada Maharaj, Hare Krishna.
And Lochan Prabhu, he told there is a big Spanish community right nearby. So he, we decided to make up some signs in Spanish about the program, and we're going to put them up around that area, and we expect that maybe they will come and take the prasad distribution on the last Saturday of this month. Huh? On Sunday, sorry, the last Sunday of the month. Dhanavad Muni Maharaja ki jai.
Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Anyhow, we're hanging out there. I'll have expect maybe some Spanish-speaking people will come. If you like to contribute your skills in speaking to them, you're welcome to come on. That would be Sunday. What is it? 30th? Sunday the 30th at 1 p.m. That's up to you. I know you. It's a big procedure for you to come out all that way. But anyhow, there'll be opportunity to speak Spanish to some people, hopefully, if they come. And Lochan Prabhu will be there, hopefully, with his family also. You haven't seen him in a while, I think, huh?
Okay. Well, I have to think about it.
Yes, you'll see what is your schedule, what your strength is, if you have the energy. Jai Santa Maharaja ki jai.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat Maharaj.
Dandavat to all devotees. Jai Sripad Bhakti Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
We don't get so many opportunities to speak to the Spanish people, so it'd be nice if they'll come. They're very pious, huh? Spanish people are generally very pious. Spanish-speaking people, South America.
Arya said that most of it is Spanish.
Huh?
At some time, he's mentioning how most of Sri Chaitanya stars made of like 80% in South America or from Mexico.
Venezuela and South. Venezuela, they speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish, yes. Which one? Brazil, huh? Brazil speaks Portuguese?
Portuguese.
Yes. Any other? In South America, what other? They don't all speak Spanish, I know.
Yeah, except Brazil. All of
Brazil,
them
only Brazil.
Well,
huh?
and the Guyana, the
Guyana.
British Guyana, Dutch and Suriname, and French Guyana. But the rest, everybody, they speak Spanish.
Yes. Interesting, huh? The Portuguese discoverers went to Brazil, and all the rest were from where? From Spain? All the other people who went there?
Well, South America is Portugal, Spain, and then they have British, Dutch, and France too, the French.
But
they
how
have three
the
Guyana, so they have British Guyana, Dutch Guyana, and French Guyana.
Right.
And some island in the Caribbean also, they are French, Dutch, or
But it's interesting
Spanish,
how the languages was distributed between Spanish and Portuguese, based upon who was founders.
The colonizers had to divide the war in pieces. One for me, one for you, so everybody took a part.
And Mexico is also Spanish.
Yeah.
And then just north of the border, there's English. And the Canadians.
English and Canada have French too.
And the French, and Canada is French. Not so much French in America, but the French in Canada. Very interesting to me. I don't know that these little pockets, surrounded by not much difference in the land, they have developed different languages. And in India, every other town you go to is a different language.
And then in Goa, I have Portuguese. people origin from Portugal in Goa,
in
in the
Goa. Yeah.
south of India. So
Some are in also Pondicherry. There's a small kind of island. You are feeling okay, Maharaj?
Yes, Maharaj, when I'm seeing you and all the devotees, I'm feeling very happy. Thank you. Uh, have you been in touch with Janardhan Maharaj, Shanta Maharaj?
Very recently, no, Maharaj.
Yes. You don't know what his, if he has heard anything?
I'm
About,
not sure because devotees. One devotee wrote me from Spain that he said that, "Do you know this thing? All this thing?" Then I told, "Yes, I know." So because they told me not to tell anybody, so I'm not telling Maharaj anybody.
uh,
Maybe they are afraid. They are afraid. The opposition. Thing.
I don't know.
But it's good to inform everybody actually.
I think it's nice that devotees can offer their prayers.
Yes,
Um,
yes, Maharaj.
uh, anyhow, we are always praying for Acharya Maharaj. Anyhow, so
Yes, Maharaj.
all offer their prayers.
Yes, Maharaj.
Always offer our prayers for his well-being.
Yes, Maharaj.
Krishna is protecting you all.
Maharaj, I think we got infected 2 times now. Last year
I,
and this year.
yes, means you are healthy, basically healthy. God.
Yes, Maharaj. We faced a lot of problem in when we are in Navadip. Actually, I had loose motion. Actually, I was thinking I have not taken any water outside. I was taking water, just from the bottle. Actually, by buying. And then how it can happen like that? And then the high fever was there for like 2 3 days, and I could not eat anything. And
It's not from water; it's from the air.
yes, I know there are so many people gathered and all get cold and very severe cold. Fortunately, nobody become like very bad. The driver of Maharaj who was driving, son of Santosh Prabhu Rana, his health was very bad actually. His face was swollen out of this cold and fever infection. It was very bad situation. Actually, I think we this time took this ginger and all those things to Navadip, while we were making the tea also there, and drinking every day. So at least that severity last time we not felt this time.
Okay. You took some turmeric and ginger
Turmeric, ginger, black
and
pepper, and we
black
don't have
pepper.
pudina, but I carried some stems of guruchi there. So
Uh,
I've taken that. Muni Maharaj was also taking. But last year was very bad, Maharaj. When I was there in Parikrama, I think my oxygen was less. Actually, I was just, like falling down like that feeling for 3 4 days.
fainting.
Yes. It never happened like this in my life, Maharaj. That type of feeling I never experienced. And complete nose, even I cannot speak. Everything was choked completely. Very heavy cold.
Uh, Yes, I don't remember experiencing any time when you could not talk. So Jayananda, you said was coming with him. Maybe coming. All right.
Why he may
We'll,
be
he said
clearing cows.
he told Krishna Kesava he was getting some people together, some devotees, and they were going to come to join our
Oh,
sangha. Maybe. I know here it doesn't go by the normal time clock.
mm. He was very happy in Nepal doing some veganism, things.
Yes, he's always happy.
Yes.
Therese. So, Hare Krishna, Therese.
Hare
Therese,
Krishna. How
Therese
is everyone?
Mataji. Very nice.
Dandavad.
For the ladies, happy Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, happy Mother's Day.
Rasrasu,
Yes, Maharaj.
would you like to lead the kirtan?
Sure, Maharaj.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sorry.
Was not me.
Lotus lungs, lotus voice.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya
Jaya
Sri
Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya Prabhu
Nityananda Sri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadha
Gadadha
Shivasadi
Srivastava
Gaura Bhakta
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita
Yadvaita
Radha Srivastava Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita
Yadvaita
Radha
Radha
Srivastava
Srivastati Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Sai Gur
Nitai
Hari
Gaura Hari Bo,
Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bo,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bo.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nitai Gur
Nitai
Hari
Gaura Hari Bo,
Bol, Hari
Hari Bo,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bo,
Bol.
Hari Bo.
Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Jaya Jaya Guru Dev.
Jaya
Jaya Jaya
Jaya
Guru
Jaya Guru
Dev,
Dev,
Guru Dev,
Guru Dev, Guru Dev.
Guru Dev.
Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Jaya Jaya Guru Dev.
Jaya Jaya Guru
Jaya Guru
Dev,
Dev,
Guru
Guru
Dev,
Dev, Guru Dev,
Guru Dev.
Gaura Permanande, Hari, 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 Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai,
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 Srila Bhakti Acharya Maharaj Ki
Jai,
Jai,
Jai, Giri Govardhan Ki Jai,
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 Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Ki Jai,
Jai,
Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Institute Ki Jai, Jai
Jai.
Bhakti
Jai,
Institute Ki Jai, Jai Gangamai Yamunamai ki jai.
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 Navadiptam Mayapurdam Vrindavantam Jagannath Purdam ki jai.
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 Jagannath Baladev
Jai.
Subhadra ki jai.
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 Jai Shri
Jai.
Bhakti Tulsi Devi Vrinda Devi ki jai.
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 Jai Ramza Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda ki jai.
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 Jai Sankatanya ki jai.
Jai.
Mahaprasadam ki jai.
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 Jai Go Premanandi.
Hari
Hari Hari
Bol.
Bol. Jai Sripad Paramahansa Parivar
Hari Hari Hari
Jai
Bol.
Guru Srila Bhakti Vinod Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Sripad Bhakti Devan Satta
Jai.
Maharaj. Sripad Bhakti Priya Muni Maharaj. Jai.
Jai.
Jai Rai Rasaraj
Jai.
Prabhu and
Jai.
Keshava Prabhu, Kadapriya Devi, Uma Devi, and Teresa Ki Jai.
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 Shall we say Mother
How-
Teresa?
How is Ingoji? Is okay?
Huh?
Ingoji is okay?
Oh, yeah, she's doing fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Mani Maharaj, would you like to chant the Vandana? Lead the Vandana prayers?
Boy.
Lead the Vandana prayers?
Yes, 38.
Page.
Page 38, yes.
38.
Vandeham Shri Guru
Guru Sriyuta Padakamalam
Kamalam.
Padakamalam.
Sri Guru
Shri
Vaishnava
Shri
Guru
Rupam
Sri Bhavam Sagrajatam Sahagana
Raghunatham Vitam Stam Sajivam
Sadvaitam
Sadhutam
Parijas
Jana Sahitam
Avadutam
Danyadevam
Harijana Sahitam
Shri
Krishna
Radha
Chaitanya Devam
Padam
Shri Radha
Gridana
Krishna
Vitamscha
Sagana Lalita Shri Shakam Cha
Om
Mirandasya
Mirandasya
Janandana Salakaya
Salakaya
Chakyurmilitam Jaina
Jena
Asmai Sri Gurave Namaha
Militanjana Vaise
Guru
Gurave Namaha
Abhavitaya Sada
Bhagavata
Purvavaya
Pradam Sarvaparya
Pracharya
Parantara
Pracharya
Pracharita
Parutare
Jaya Pramurta Gite
Majaraja
Nirmalani Harasya
Nivritam
Vivritam
Samakakam
Sarasakam
Sadham
Saradaram
Vande
Vadasi
Sri Gurudeva
Gurudeva
Devam
Sarastira Acharya
Antacharya
Varaniyam
Shikacharya Nijam
Nijam
Whoever Bista Sapuraka
Sapurata Sapurata
Manira Shisha Sambhushitam
Nirashisha Sambhushitam
Sasita Samasta Veda Nipunam
Chintya Chintya
Rupa
Samasta Veda Nipunam
Govinda
Pushpanam Govindam Dandalam Baratam
Samitam Sundaram
Vande
Vishwaram
Vishwaram
Vandavishnu
Bhagavad
Guru
Prabhu
Bhagavata
Bhagavatam Sujapadam
Bhagavatamani Bijapradam
Divyaktatam Suchanvadanam
Divyatanu
Avarkachelam
Suchandavadanam
Sitam
Valarkachelam Sitam
Nana Param
Nana
Sadika Varanam Vairagya
Parampadikavanam
Vidya Buddhim
Vidya Buddhavudhim
Siddhantani
Siddhanta
Bhakti Lasitam
Saraswati
Saraswatam
Gauri
Varam
Bhaje
Vande
Tato
Tam
Tam Subhadam Adeka Saranam
Asitvaram
Nyasisharam Sridharam
Sridharam
Sridhanta
Siddhanta Sati Vidikta Gaudiya Gurvatmaye
Vato Manavira Pravachaka Kade Yogoro
Gaura
Sampurna
Sankirtane
Maya
Bharati Mingiladhara Patana Purita Jivaniman
Krishna
Krishna
Prema
Prema Sudabhikaham Sukhat
Krishna Prema
Prabhatam Tam Bhaje
Sudabhikam Sukham Prabhu Tam Bhaje
No Gorkishoraya
Namo
Bhaktavare
Gorakeshwaraya
Bhattaye
Bhaktavaridam
Gorangri
Bhaje
Padapare
Padma
Narabhava
Padmabhingaya
Nisevine
Narabhava Nitsevine
Mande
Vande
Bhaktivedam Gaurasaki
Bhakti
Sarupakam
Bhakti
Krishna
Shri
Sakya
Bhakta
Sarupakam
Samragam
Narasa
Narasa Sudharidhim
Sambhajan Ratarasa Sudharidhim
Navavande Vigraham
Gauraprajita
Nata Prabhum Bande Vimati Vidya
Bande
Vaishnavam
Himati Vrida Vaisnavam
Kalpatarusya
Kalpatarusya
Bhaktindu Bhaya
Patinduvaya
Patitanam
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Patitanam
Vaishnavibhyo
Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha
Tadatakam Krishnam
Tathakam
Bhaktarupa Sundam
Bhaktarupa
Bhagavataram
Sarupakam
Bhaktachyam
Bhaktavataram
Namami Bhakti
Namami Bhakta
Nami
Santikam
Bhaktakam
Om
Om Mahaprajanaya
Namo
Krishna
Mahapradaya
Prema
Krishna Prema
Hare
Pradaya
Krishna
Namine
Hare
Gaura
Krishna
Pise
Hare
Namaha
Krishna Hare Gaura Tuise Namaha
Manavasya
Vasarvasa Padam
Satsang
Bhujo
Mandam
Radha
Sarvasa
Pyamohano
Padambayo Radhamadana Mohano
Yadvandanya
Aranyaka
Kalpatarumado
Padromada
Nagara Singhasanando
Nagara Singhasna
Nigandhavaro Vishnadevo
Vigandhavaro
Krishnadevi Vidyamana Smarami Vimla Sarasarami
Vangsi Vata
Vansi
Tatasi
Bada Tadasita
Harshan Venu Swarar
Sanateno
Gopi
Tanei Gopi
Govinatha Sri
Gopinath Sri Astuna
Nayayati Rosidevaya
Vyayike Savasya Cha
Krishna Bhakti
Krishna Bhakti
Paridevi
Devi
Bhagavachai
Bhagavate Namo Namaha
Namo Namaha
Gurun Bhagavatarthadan Vyasan Jagat
Vyasan
Guru
Jagadguru
Natva
Natva
Yojaya Mudiraya
Mudiraye
Mudiraje
Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru Garakagatar Govinda Sundar
Govinda Sundar
Har
Bhagavatamana
Bhaktavartamana
Jayastu
Jayastu
Prabhu
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadara
Gadadhar
Shri Gaur
Sivasadi
Bhakta
Gaura
Vrinda
Bhakta Vrinda
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Jai Go Premanandi Hari 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 Go.
Hare
I'm afraid, did he?
Don't know what's Maharaj?
Would you like to sing a bhajan for us?
Yes, Maharaj. Which one would you like me to sing?
Yasamati Nandana.
Yes, Maharaj.
Page 16.
Yashomati Nandana Vrajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana
Yasodhanandana
Gopi Paranadana Matano Manahara Kalya Manavita
Madana Kadiya Damona
Gopi
Amalaharinamami Avilasaha. Amalaharinamami Avilasaha. Vipinam Purandara Navinana Karavara Shiva Anasupasa.
Vipina
Vipina Purandara Navinana Vasudevana Survasa
Rajajan Palana Surana Sananda Dhananda Kohala.
Raya Janapala
Govinda Madhava Navanika Tataskara Sundara Nanda Gopala. Shamunata Sachara Gopi Vashanahara Rasarasika Kripa Moya. Shiratta Vallabha Vrindavana Natavara Vakati Vinoda Shaya. Shiratta Vallabha Vrindavana Natavara Vakati Vinoda Shaya. Yashomat Nandana Rajavarana Kara Gokula Janakana. Yasomati
Nandana Brajabaranagara
Janakana
Gopi Paranatana Matano Manahara Kalyada Manavitana. Gopi
Paranadana Madana Manohara Bhakti
Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Kano Priya, you see here? Kana? Kana is the name of Krishna, huh?
Yes, Maharaj.
Sri Krishna, who is known as Kan. See? Kano Priya is Krishna Priya, the beloved of Krishna. Beloved Krishna. Did you know that? No.
Yes, Maharaj. I knew he was beloved of Krishna. Kanu meaning the nickname for Krishna. And Priya, dear to or dear to?
Huh?
Is it Priya is dear to or
I
dear
can hear.
or of? You can hear me, Maharaj?
Priya, huh? Yes. What is Priya? The dear of Krishna? One who is dear to Krishna?
Dear to Krishna. Is it this?
Priya? That could mean Kanu Priya. I mean, I interpreted it as the beloved, the beloved Krishna, something like that. Krishna who is beloved. You are the servant of that Krishna
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Krishna Priya Didi. May, it can also mean, I guess, it can also mean the devotee of Krishna, the Priya Shaktis, Kana Priya. Anyhow, either way, it's a very nice, beautiful name.
Thank
But
you.
this Kanu, some people don't know that Kanu is the name of Krishna. Khan, uh, a very intimate name, not only to his intimate friends, the very dear, sweet friends, called him Khan. Uh, Kanu. Anyhow, and let's see. And, Krishna Kesha, maybe you like to sing. Which one do you like to sing? Okay. Page 65. Nitai. Okay. Nitai Padakala.
Chandra Shitala
Jaya.
Jaya Jaya
Nitai
Nitai
Pada
Pada
Kamala.
Kamala, Koti
Gauri
Chandra
Chandra
Shitala,
Suchitala.
Jaya
Yekayata Dudaya.
Hina Nitai Vine Bai Radha Krishna Poitenai Dridha Kari Dharani Tayarapaya
Nitai Vinay, Radha
Radha
Krishna
Krishna
Paitanai, Dida
Dina
Kari
Gauri Dharani Tayarapaya.
Se Sambandha Nahiyara Vritta Janma Gela Tara Se Pashu Nara Durachara
Sesam Bandhana Hiyar, Janma Gelatara,
Say Pashu
Pashu
Vanadurachara.
Nitaina Balila Mukhe Adila Samsara Shuke Vidya Kule Ki Kari Betara
Nitai
Nitai
Namalila Mukhe,
Namoke
Adila
Ajila
Samsarasuke,
Samsara Duke
Vidya Kule Ki
Kari Veda.
Ahankare Mata Haina Nitai Pada Pasariya Asachere Satyakari Mani
Ahankara Matahoida Nitai Para Pasariya Asachere Satyakori Mani
Nitaye Karuna Habe Raje Radha Krishna Pabe Dharanitaye Charandukani
Nitaya
Nitaya
Karuna
Karuna Have
Majaraja
Raje Radha
Pabe
Krishna Pabe
Dharanitaya Karandukani
Nitaya Karuna Charana Satya Tanhara Sevakanitya Nitai Pada Sadakara Asa
Nitaya Karuna Satya Anhara Sevakanya Nitai Pada
Narotama Bhadaduki Nitai More Karashuki Rakaranga Charanera Pada Narotama
Narotama
Bhadaduki
Bhadaduki
Nitai More
Nitai More
Karasuki
Karasuki
Rakaranga Charanera Pada
Dial Nitai, Dial Nitai, Dial Nitai, Jaya Dial Nitai.
Dalita,
Jaya
Dalita,
Jaya Nitai Jaya Nitai Jaya Jaya Nitai.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Maharaj, I was just wondering if anyone knew how Acharya Maharaj sings. I think starting at line 3, he starts doing a different rhythm. He sings the first two at some rhythm and the last two at a different way. I was wondering if anyone knew how he does it.
Do you know? Shanta? Shanta?
Yeah, Maharaj, actually, it is the evening tune. It starts with, and then he just that a little faster one, Nitayir Karuna Have Braje Radha Krishna Pabe Dhara Nitai Charana Dukhani, like that. It goes faster,
Yeah.
Maharaj.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of the song, even Sri Guru Charana Padma also, starts with Sri Guru Charana Padma, like that, the evening tune. But then faster one he sings after.
I heard Govinda Maharaj sing like that also many times.
Yes.
And Guru Maharaj also. Sridhara Maharaj. They sing like that in the mud. All right, then. Excuse me. Maharaj, would you like Shanta Maharaj? Would you like to sing one bhajan?
Anything you want, Maharaj, or shall I choose?
Yes, what do you choose? Amiga Sindhu Haribo Prabhu. We see you.
Dhanyavad Maharaj. Dhanyavad Maharaj. Dhanyavad Maharaj.
Dhanyavad.
Maharaj, there is a song generally we sing in the. Oh, yes, Amya Sindhu Prabhu, go ahead.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead. Amya Sindhu Prabhu.
Maharaj, this is not possible.
What happened?
This is not possible. Only song I know is no, it is not at this moment in time. But it's so wonderful to see associated devotees. Oh, Maharaj, it's lovely to see you, Maharaj. I have not been in contact for a long time.
मुनि महाराज आपको कुछ बोल रहे हैं ओमे सिंह
कैसे बात से मैं धन्यवाद Please continue. I am listening, I am learning, I am understanding rhythm speech.
Maharaj, actually, this song generally we sing in the morning, but
Yes,
if you allow, then we sing. That is page 51.
page 51.
Excellent.
Uh-huh.
Vibhavari Seso, Maharaj.
Oh, yes.
Is it okay, Maharaj, to sing that one?
Why not? Go ahead.
Okay, Maharaj.
This is whose morning? Somebody is in the morning, somebody is in the evening in this conference.
We already entered into morning.
What time is it? We can say.
विभावरी शेष आलोक प्रवेश निद्रा छाड़ी उठ जीव
Divavari
Vivavarishe
Aloka Pravish Nirachadi
Alokapradesha
Udajiva
बल हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हाय ग्रीव
Bolo Hari Hari Mukunda
Govinda
Murari Rama
Murari
Krishna
नरसिंह वामन श्री मधुसूदन ब्रजेंद्र नंदन श्याम
Nrsimhavana Madhusudana Rajananandana
पूतना घाटन कैठव सातन जय दशरथी राम
Jaya
यशोदा दुलाल गोविंद गोपाल वृंदावन पुरंदर
Yashoda Govinda Gopala Vrindavan
गोपी प्रिया जन राधिका रमन भुवन सुंदर वर
Gopi
Bhuvana
रावण अंतकर माखन तस्कर गोपी जना वस्त्रहारी ब्रजेर राखाल गोप वृंदापाल चित्तहारी बंशीधारी योगींद्र वंदन श्रीनंद नंदन ब्रजजन भयहारी
Yogendra Vandana Sri Nanda Nandana Raja Jana Bhayahari
नवीन नीरद रूप मनोहर मोहन बंशी बिहारी
Navina Niyana Manohara Mohana Vamsi
यशोदा नंदन कंस निषूदन निकुंज रास बिलासी कदम्ब कानन रस परायण वृंदा विपिन निवासी आनंद वर्धन प्रेम निकेतन Fulasara joja kam.
Pradana Premanike Pula
Gopangana gana chitta vinodana samasta guna gana dhama.
Gopanga Javinodana Namasta Gunagana
Yamuna jivana keliparayana manasa chandra chakora.
Yamuna Jivana Iti Parayana Manasa Chandra Chakora
Namo Sudharasa Gao Krishna Jasa Rakho Bachana Mana Mora.
Namasudharasa Bhagavatanam
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Dandavat Mata.
That's very beautiful, huh? He
Yes,
plays in the
Maharaj.
river Yamuna's waters and is the moon above the Chakora bird of the heart. So,
I like it in the Mangalarti. Sometime in ISKCON they sing. Very very nice, Maharaj. And in our mat we sing in the morning kirtan.
the moon above the Chakora bird of the heart. What does that mean?
Manasa Chandra Chakora.
On the Chakora bird of the heart. Yes, Puni Maharaj.
Actually, I had already mentioned in one of the
I can hear you, Maharaj.
Maharaj in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the devotees of the Lord are compared to three. One is the Hamsa, Paramhamsas, and then this Chakora, and then this honeybee. So the Chakora indicates the intense feeling of separation, the one you are asking now. Because without the feeling of separation, one cannot feel separation unless one is transcendental and unless one has the love of Godhead. And once they can feel the separation, then they can face the next step. So, feeling of separation is indicated by this Chakora bird. The Chakora bird lives in the forest and it is in the pairs always, and it is feeling some separation from its like whatever we say beloved or whatever, and in that separation he sings song of uh, like uh, like crying songs, piteous songs. So the devotees of the Lord have so much love that out of that love they sing so many songs, singing and feeling separation. So that is the meaning I could give that.
Maharaj, I wish you had a good microphone because it's hard to hear you. I don't know why. Shanta Maharaj, can't you get him a good microphone?
Yes, Maharaj. Actually,
Maharaj, one microphone is coming. A friend is sending me a microphone.
That's coming from India.
it is available in the shop only, Maharaj. But now it is all closed, lockdown.
Friend phone he sending me. Through Amazon, he's sending me. So in a few days I may receive.
All right. Maharaj, next time you have a chance. Otherwise, how can we get one for you? Can we buy one on Amazon for you? Hare Krishna.
He can try with the new PC, Maharaj. He has a new laptop.
Oh, he doesn't like new things. He likes the old things. Anyhow,
Maharaj,
if
this
you
Chokora.
if you can help him get a new sound,
Yes, Maharaj.
That'll be very nice. What do you want to say?
Maharaj, this Chokora bird and moon seems to have some, relation. And that is emphasized in this word. Manasa Chandra Chokora.
Yeah.
The moon, actually, Chokora bird, very loving relationship is there.
Dhanyavad Maharaj.
Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad Maharaj.
Yes.
Maharaj Shanti just spoke about the moon.
Huh?
The moon, Luna, the moon.
Yes.
Last night, where I live, UFOs were spotted all day today, from early morning till now. People are coming around the area that I live in looking for UFOs. Place has gone crazy looking for UFOs. But also we had other situations where over 1,000 sheep broke through the barriers and went through up onto the roads and so on. So with COVID lockdown and many sheep and many UFOs, the place has gone crazy.
That's weird, huh? This whole environment is very weird. What is happening on this planet now? Very weird. Not very good. Especially India, now that's becoming a big danger to itself and to the rest of the world. So I heard once that the aliens are coming here because they feel that we are destroying ourselves, and they're coming here to make sure that doesn't happen. They want to check on us because they did some experiment here with us, and they want to make sure it doesn't go in a bad way. So they're coming to check up every time and make any correction that has to be made in case it has to be done. So they are friends. They are friends. I heard something like that. And somehow they can influence the environment with their magic rays.
Mahakali.
Mahakali, whatever.
Mahakali.
The friendly ones are the ones that leave crop circles in the shape of a tilak.
I don't know how they do it or what they're doing, but anyhow, if we can see it in a positive or negative way, I guess. Maybe everyone is going crazy also, I don't know.
It's search for Gurudev. It's search for a breakout of karma. It's search for association with Vaishnava.
Maharaj.
Yes.
This I have seen online also. It says that Chokora bird has a special love for moon. Whole night it is looking at moon.
Why?
Because it has a special attraction towards moon.
Why?
That I don't know why.
Oh,
Maharaj, is that just aspiration to go to Gloka? Loka's liberation and so on.
Moksha.
Moksha, yeah, like, but various degrees, but not understanding Krishna. And
Thing
samsara.
is, Chakora is always looking for the water from the rain, huh?
Maharaj, that is Chataka. That is Chataka bird.
Oh, Chataka. Okay. This is Chakora.
Chakora, Maharaj.
Chakora bird.
A Chakora bird always sings in the night,
Sings in the night.
and it is always in pairs. Like there are Chakora and Chakodi, means male and a female.
Megan, sorry, I missed that.
And it's feeling intense feeling of separation. Chakora.
He's feeling a separation.
Yes, because of the
He's looking for his mate, no?
yes.
Looking for his mate. So when he sees the moon, he's calling out that his mate should come and see him, because the moon is there and he can see that they can see in the night, and his mate can see him if he comes when the moon is bright. The mate may be able to see him,
Yeah,
and he can have his love fulfilled.
in that cry, there is a feeling of pain in separation. Not only it is separation, but pain in separation. So that pain makes the calling more piteous. So that's why it is Vrindavan service like that.
He plays in the river Yamuna's waters. So when Krishna plays in the Yamuna, mind is remembering that and is feeling much affection for Krishna. How to see him joyfully splashing in the water with the gopis and the gopas. And it brings that mood, a feeling of love, just like the moon increases the Chakora bird, love for his mate. And it's very nice, beautiful words.
Wordings are so nicely arranged, Maharaj. Manasa Chandra Chakora.
Yes.
Actually, in past, Maharaj, people knew the names of these birds, and in India, especially in those areas, this Chakora is very famous. Everyone knows about this Chakora.
Now it says that it is the national bird of Pakistan.
Okay.
Indian national bird is peacock.
They have some birds in America. I think they're called lovebirds, where they are always in a pair, and if one bird dies of natural causes or whatever, then the other bird just dies out of loneliness.
And the words here are incredibly beautiful and very nice to hear and to sing and to remember. Like, do we know there's a great poet? One of the qualities of the Vaishnava, pure devotee, poetic. Then, what was next? Oh, Uma Devi, you haven't sang yet. What do you like? You tell me which one you like.
Which one you like, Maharaj?
Which one you like?
Anyone.
Anyone. So you choose. Anyone you can choose.
I can sing Samsara Davana.
Yes, very nice. What is that one?
No, 45.
45, oh yeah.
Samsara Davana Nalidaloka Pranayaka
సంసారధావా నలలీలాలోకగా ప్రణయకారుణ్యో గణాత్మం
तस्य कल्याण गुणर्भवस्य वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
तस्य कल्याणगुणार्णवास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
वन्दे
Guru Karanaravidam Vande Guru
महाप्रभु कीर्तन नृत्य गीता वादित्यमादन मनसोरसेना
महाप्रभु
महाप्रभु
परसो तरंग बाजो
तरंगभाजो
वंदे गुरु श्री चरणरविंदम
वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
वंदे गुरु श्री चरणरविंदम वंदे गुरु श्री चरणरविंदम वंदे
Guru Karanaravidam Vande Guru Karanaravidam
श्री विग्रहाराधन नित्य नाना श्रृंगारतान मंदिर मार्जनादो
श्री
भक्तं च नियन्तोऽप्योऽपि वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम्
Vande Guru Vande Guru Karanaravidam
चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत प्रसाद स्वधन्य तृप्तान हरिभक्त संगम
Bhagavad Prasado Sarvadriptan Haribhaktasangam
कृतैत्वा तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम्
Vande Guru Shri Vande Guru
श्री राधिका माधवेर पार माधुर्य लीला गुणरूप नाम्नाम्
Radhika Madhava Madhurya Lila
कृतिक्षणास्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम्
Pratishtha
Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Nikunjayo Narati Kele Siddha Yayali Biru Tirapetaniya
Nikunjayo no Radikali Jaya
Tatra Dakshat Ativallabhasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanaravindam.
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे युक्तस्य तत्त्वयत एव स्वाद्धि
Samastashre
किन्तु प्रभुर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
किंतु प्रभु
Vande Guru Sri
वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
Vande
Guru Sri Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसाद यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि
Yasya prasadaat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadaat
अयं सत्त्वं तस्य यशं त्रिसन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
Yayam Shubham Tasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
श्रीमद्गौराकाष्टकमित्यदुच्चे ब्रह्ममुहूर्ते पतति प्रयान्त
Rame Murte
वृन्दावननाथ साक्षात् सेवाय लाभ्यजन सुरिदेव
Yasena Vrindavanam Seva
वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम् वन्दे गुरु श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
Vande Guru Vande
जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
Jaya
Jaya
Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Gurudev ki jai.
Jai.
And who do we have left? Rasaraj. Would you like to sing the bhajan?
Yes, let me see. Page 110.
110.
सर्वस्व तुम्हारा चरणे सपिया पवेची तुम्हारा गोरे
Sarvasato Mara Arane Sapiya Hare Tomara Kare.
Tumi tatakura tomara kukura Baliya janaha more
Tumi Tatakura Yamara Kukura Baliya Janamore.
Badiya nikate amara palive Rahiba tomara dware
Badiya Nikate Amare Badibe Raiba Tomara Dware.
Pratipayanere asite nadiva Rakiba gadera pare Tava nija jana prasada seviya Uchista rakive jaha Amara bojana paramanande pratidina havetaha Vasiya suiya tumara charana Chintiva satata ami
Basiya suya tumar charan
Charana Ami
Nachite nachite nikate jaiva Jakanada kive tumi
Nachite nachite nikate
Nikate Yaiva Yakanada Kivetumi.
Niyera posana kabuna bhaviva Rahiva vavera bhare
Nijera
Posana Abuna Bhaiva Bhaiva Bhavera
Bhakati vinoda tomare palaka Baliya varanakare
Akati
Vinod Amare
Vinod
Balaka
Aliya
Aliya
Bharanare
Sarvasa tumara charane sapiya padachi tumara ghare.
Sarvasva
Sarvasatmar Charane Sopriya Parichito Mara Ghare
Tumi tata kura tomara kukura baliya janaha more.
Umi
Ora Tamara Kupura Aliya Jana
Jai Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai.
Joy.
And now, Teresa, would you like to read the English of that?
Oh, thank you. Yes. I have offered everything at your feet and taking shelter in your home. You are my master. Consider me your dog. Oops. Uh-oh, I lost the page. What page was it? I lost the page.
110.
110? 110, did you say?
Page
110.
Yes, 110.
Okay. Let me get back. Okay. Okay. There it is. Okay. You will tie me up nearby and maintain me. I will remain at your doorstep. I will not allow any inimical persons to enter. I will keep them on the far side of your moat. Whatever remnants your devotees leave behind after honoring your prasad, I will eat every day with great joy. While sitting up or lying down, I will always think of you. I will always think of your feet. I will come to you whenever you call me, dancing all the way. I will never think about my own maintenance. I will always remain within the shelter of loving attachment to you. Bhakti Vinod embraces you as his maintainer. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Yeah.
Right.
This is from Sharanagati, the book of prayers of surrender. Huh? Taking the mood of a dog. Dog is very faithful to his master. He loves his master, and dog only feels that the master can provide for him. Otherwise, he has no means of maintaining himself. Cat, on the other hand, has a different mentality. Master depends upon him. He's the master. Something like that. It depends. Cats also have different moods. Did we get everyone? Everyone had a chance to sing.
Muni Maharaj.
Huh?
Muni Maharaj.
Who?
Muni Maharaj.
Muni Maharaj saying Vandana. He's saying Vandana.
Oh, it is Vandana.
Maharaj, if you want to sing bhajan also, you can. Muni Maharaj?
You're asking me, Maharaj?
I could hardly hear you on it. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
Anyone hear him? Others hear
Very
him?
low. Very low.
Very low. Yeah.
Are you asking me to sing a song?
Well, if you like, maybe you can use Shanta Maharaj's computer. If you like.
Okay.
Scratch it. Link.
I'm going to Shantamana's room.
Okay. That'll be better. God.
83. 1 minute.
83.
On page 83.
83 Maharaj.
Okay.
We are getting there, Maharaj. Just a minute.
Okay. Kora pahu na bajia banu maino, huh?
Yes, yes. ऊपर होगा नीचे जा रहा है और ऊपर जाना है
83 है तो
ओके 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 महाराज वी गॉट इट गोरा पहु ना भोजिया मोइनु
Gora Pahu
Na bajia maino.
प्रेम रतन धन हैलाए हाराइनु
হেলায় হারানু
অধনে যতন করি ধনতে আগিনু
অধনে
আপন করম দোষে আপনি ডুবিনু
আপন
সৎসঙ্গ ছাড়ি কইনু অসতে বিলাস তে কারণে লাগিল যে কর্মবন্ধ ফাস
সে কারণে
বিষয় বিষম বিষ সতত খাইনু
Vishaya
গৌর কীর্তন রসে মগন না হইনু কেন বা আছো এ প্রাণ কি সুখ লাগিয়া নরোত্তম দাস কেন না গেল মরিয়া জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি
জয়
জয় গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি গৌর হরি জয় গৌর হরি
Jaya
Aye. Very beautiful. Narottam Das Thakur. Huh? Not serving Lord Gauranga, I have died. Negligently. I have lost the treasure and jewel of divine love. I have endeavored for worthless things and rejected real wealth. I've drowned myself in my own sins. I've avoided the sadhu's association and enjoyed with wicked people. Thus I've become bound in the noose of my own karma. I've constantly drunk the terrible poison of mundanity and never become immersed in the nectar of Sri Gauranga's kirtan. Why am I alive? For the sake of what happiness? Why has Narottam Das not already died? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. All right. On that note, Prapanna Jivanamrita, we were also talking about death. Rasaraj Prabhu, what page do you have?
79.
Huh?
And
Which one?
verse 3. 79.
79, which verse?
The third.
First verse,
Number
okay.
3.
That means 3, huh?
Yes.
What? Okay. Maya Jidishayaiva Bhagavata Kshema Vidatritvam Vishvasya Ya Stiti Layo Baba Hetor Adyo Yogeshwarar Api Duratyaya Yoga Maya Sheman Vidashyati Sano Bhagavam Srayadishas Tatrasmadiya Vimshrena Kiyan Ihartaha by Sri Brahmanam. By Brahman? Only the absolute magician, the Supreme Lord, is capable of bestowing all good fortune. The Supreme Lord of the three worlds, who is the cause of the universal creation, sustenance, and annihilation, and whose magical potencies is insurmountable even for the greatest of yogis, will surely bless us with all good fortune. Could we ever doubt this, Lord Prabhu?
Maharaja's Maya Dishashyaiva, magician.
I'm sorry?
The Sanskrit, the first word in that shloka in Sanskrit, is that what is translated into magician?
Maya Dishas Yaiva.
The absolute.
Maya Dishas Yaiva. Bhagavata.
Like illusionist.
Puzzle, yes.
I never heard him called the absolute magician before.
What page are we on again? Sorry, Maharaj. 57.
79.
Oh, sorry.
It's the first shloka on that page.
Thank you.
So, who is the cause of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the universe? He has complete control, in other words. Complete control. I was just thinking this morning that the grass, the blade of grass, we always tell the scientists, they're all your scientists, all your science and all the scientists can't make the blade of grass. If only that could be remembered all the time. We can recognize that even the smallest thing like the grass in this world, it's totally inconceivable. Totally inconceivable. To hold infinity in the palm of your hand. Who is that poet?
Redford Kipling?
No. Blake or somebody. You know that poem where it says to hold infinity in the palm of your hand? I ever heard that phrase? Hold infinity in the palm of your hand. Put a piece of grass there in your hand. The inconceivability of that grass is infinite. Infinitely inconceivable. Infinitely inconceivable. No one can ever reach an understanding of what that is. So common, so finite, so much available, easily producing and by nature. But it is infinite. For us, it is infinite. It would require infinite understanding to be able to understand it, what it is, how it's doing, what it is doing, how many things it is doing, producing air for us to breathe, and food for the cow, sustenance for the animals, and then for us, coming from that milk and so forth. How much it is doing and how inconceivable that it is, that only could be remembered all the time. And then our humility would be firm. Our humility would be permanent. We would immediately be able to understand Trinadapi Sunicena, Mahaprabhu's instruction. Trinadapi Sunishtuna. Trinadapi Sunishtuna. Humble and the tolerance Trinadapi Sunishtuna. Amanina Manadena.
Suni Chena.
What?
Suni Chena.
Sunicena.
Trinadapi Suni Chena.
Sunicena, what did I say?
Suhishnuna.
Oh.
That comes at the end.
Okay. Trinadapi Sunicena, sorry. Trinadapi Sunicena. I'm getting that confused. We can walk in that consciousness. We can hold our head up, our body up. That consciousness that I am in an environment of inconceivable energy, all inconceivable, even the grass. And I am part of that environment. And where is the question of pride? Of holding your head up? Only when we realize we are also part of the infinite. They are part of that divinity. They're not only the environment, but we also are part of that divine infinity. And each part that we touch, that we could come in contact with, that we are, is finite. But it is finite within the infinite. And whatever we touch, whatever we hold in our hand, that is also the finite, the infinite in the finite. Full infinity in the palm of your hand. Can you imagine? So Krishna is like that. He's walking in the courtyard of Maharaja as a child, carrying the shoes of Nanda Maharaj on his head. And he is the infinite, and playing with the finite. The infinite comes down to the finite dimension and playing. Yet his finite is also infinite, because they are made of the same stuff that he is made of. So these things are all achintya, inconceivable. But that is the plane in which the devotees live. Materialists live only in the finite plane. Everything is finite. They're finite, and the environment is finite. Whatever they touch is finite. To be understood by science, analyzed by science. Oh, this is just some carbohydrate, some polymer. We can make it in our laboratory. They don't give much importance to that. We are the masters of that. This virus, coronavirus, they make it into some kind of a ball with some spikes on it. This is a virus. We know what it is. We can treat it. We can crush it. But it's causing so much trouble. The whole economy of the United States and every other country has been demolished by this little ball. Demolished. Trillions of dollars as if nothing. They're going to work making so much money that Bezos and Zuckerberg and
Gates.
All these people, Tesla, what's his name? Elon Musk. We're making billions and billions. We're becoming trillionaires. And then a little ball has interfered with them, with their plans.
McDonald, Maharaj? McDonald?
Who? What's his name?
McDonald?
Ronald McDonald?
McDonald's?
He's not a real person anymore. I think maybe one
Ronald
day.
McDonald? Oh, yes, I don't know. Trump and what's his name? Putin. These big men, they're helpless from a little ball.
You call Putna, Maharaj.
Putin. Hare Krishna. Good thing Zana's not here. So how are those things happening beyond our control? All going on beyond our control, beyond our control. So how to live in that consciousness? That high plane of Krishna consciousness. So we hear all these negative, Teresa thinks these are all negative things that we're saying about being a dog and so forth and so on. How could you be so negative? That is nothing. There's not enough negativity in this world. Like, how will we become conscious of these things? The real appraisal of reality, of the environment. It has a negative side. It's there. We can't deny that. Denial. Deny that side of our reality. That is denial. Denial is also there. Not that we only concentrate on the positive. Negative is also there. It exists. That should be part of our awareness. Not that it should be the only awareness, but it should be part of the awareness. Must be. Otherwise, we're not seeing things in a holistic way. Not being wholesome. I think the negative is not being wholesome when you mention the negative. When you become talking about the negative, then it's not wholesome. No, that must be there, and the positive must be there also. They also know that the sat-cit-ananda, eternity, bliss, and knowledge is there. But the other side is also there. In the Chinese system, yin and yang, they have both sides. There's a couple of whole knowledge. You want to emphasize only one side, that becomes unreal. Not whole, unwholesome. And if Krishna wants to bestow relief from the virus, then it'll come. Otherwise, no man can do that. His will. He creates everything and he destroys everything. In a moment. How will the world become conscious of that? Krishna is doing his part. We also have to try to understand and encourage others. That will be our job. What Krishna is doing, we should not try to deny that. Deny his right to send a plague upon the world. Misfortune, death. He is doing it for his own purposes. We have seen in India also, many places, as soon as everybody had to stay at home, then the air became very clear and bright in India and Delhi. The Ganges began to flow with sparkling and clear water. Right? It just gave us a peephole into what it could be.
We saw many, Maharaj, there were lots of videos of people showing where in rivers fishes were reappearing and
Yeah.
things were growing back and the animals were coming back where they weren't
Yes.
had gone from. It was quite amazing. Dolphins, seals, many things. Yeah.
Giving us a peep
Yeah.
peek into the what could be, showing us where the problem is lying. Where does the problem coming from? They're coming from us. Don't blame something else. Point the finger to it yourself. You are the cause of this, and not climate warming. Uh, and not God is not neglecting us. We are the cause of our own punishment.
Maharaj, is Krishna directly involved with this, or some demigods are involved?
Yes, they are his ambassadors, his representatives. In one sense, he's not doing anything. He's playing his flute. His representatives are doing that, but at his will. Different levels of understanding how the control is coming down.
Maharaj, do you think that this if it this problem continues and maybe little intensify, some people will turn from atheism towards theism?
Maybe the other way around also. Can never tell. People who are so self-centered, that like that, they can do anything. But a devotee, what does he say here? Devotee, the things, surely the Lord will bless us with good fortune. The Lord can do all these things. Bad things can come from him, and then all good things can also come. So when he is ready to bestow his fortune, good fortune upon us, he will do that, no doubt. The devotee doesn't worry about the bad times. It's hard, it is suffering, it is painful, so many things, unhappiness. But at the same time, if the Lord can do that, then he can do other things, the opposite as well. Thesis and antithesis.
Maharaj, we also find that sometimes a devotee even turns that bad things into advantageous position, like Parikshit Maharaj and others. Those bad things also they use it for enhancing their dedication or Krishna consciousness.
Yes, hopefully, if we can use this this experience that the world is undergoing nowadays to tell people these things and see what we can learn from that. Uh, uh, what do you say? The pandemic. What are we learning from it? And this example that I gave of the change in the environment, atmosphere, the water, he clearly points out who is to blame. Then we have to put the focus there. If not, if the population becomes a burden to the world and they don't see their own mistake, then they'll be killed by their own devices. They will kill themselves. They're so intent on going out and enjoying. I can't sit at home anymore. I want to go out and mix with people and do this and that and the other thing. Finished. Go ahead, go. Huh? Finish. You are the problem. Just eradicate the problem. Then everything will become okay. Nature has its own way of purging itself of its improprieties. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What to do?
Krishna.
You can tell a horse not to drink the poison water, but what happens? The donkey. No matter what you tell. Don't know, I'm going there. There's water. I don't care what's in it. I'm thirsty.
Maharaj, in India, they say about horse and donkey story
What's
that
that?
horse is carrying some bag of salt on the back and then crossing the river. Then horse is intelligent. So what horse is doing, just dipping into the water so that some salt, goes in the water and the weight is less. So donkey is observing. Oh, it's very nice thing. Then donkey is, carrying some cloth. And then donkey also dipping in the water actually, and it, rather than weight is reducing, the weight become more heavy.
Oh, Uma Devi like that one. So then, number 4. Apadyapi Sri Krishna Kataika Rakshana Vishwasaha. Tam Upayatam Pratyantu Vipra Ganga Chadevi Ditta Chittamishe Vijopashritsta Kuhakasta Sakova Shatphalam Gayata Vishnu Gata Vishnu Ratasya Sri Vishnu Ratasya. Faith, even in the face of impending doom, the tidings of Lord Krishna is the only protection. That tidings of Lord Krishna. Faith, even in the face of impending doom, that tidings of Lord Krishna is the only protection. That's faith. The good tidings, the good blessings of the Lord Krishna. Even in the face of impending doom. We don't know what is going to happen, huh? The virus, even in these countries where it is going down, may again go back. Just like in India, there was coronavirus looked like it was being diminished, and suddenly it exploded. O pure Brahmanas, may you kindly know me as a surrendered soul, and let Mother Ganges accept me as one whose heart is offered to Lord Krishna. Let the winged serpent Takshaka, or whatever magical creation has been cited by the son of the Brahmana, bite me immediately, if it so desires. May you all simply go on singing the glories of the Lord. That was Maharaja Prakshit. The bird that, what's it called? That serpent, what is it? Flying snake.
Rakshak.
Takshaka. A magical creation. What is it? A winged snake. A winged snake. A winged snake. So that's that coming. That was coming to kill him, and he did not make any preparation to avoid that snake. His only concern was to accept that snake as the Krishna's will and to make preparation for what he should do when that happens. It didn't stop the fact that death was coming to him. That was not his worry. You can build a big castle, or he could have built a big castle with no windows or whatever. And somehow or other that snake would have come, no matter what. Huh? And he could understand it wasn't any ordinary thing that was going to kill him. This flying snake, who ever heard of such a thing? And so it was Krishna's plan to make such a thing. And it was bliss's granted for him to die. And he accepted that as his will. Then his plans was not involving averting death. What is the proper thing to do now that I'm going to die? That was his proper attitude of a devotee. All right, we're all going to die. Who's not going to die? Huh? Anyone? I may die from the virus. I may die from a heart attack. Anything. They're going to kill you. And what are you planning? That's not the plan. Of course, we don't go out in the middle of the street and let the car come and kill us. I'm going to die anyhow, so that's not the right attitude either. But we're all going to die. That we have to accept. To make plans to not die, that is foolish. That's not the idea. The idea is to make plans what to do when I die. How do I prepare for that? There is intelligence. That is intelligence. We are going to die. Don't deny. Think, oh no, don't think such negative things. No, not the proper way to think. You are going to die. Definitely. And then, what kind of life are you supposed to live in that knowledge? With that knowledge, how are we supposed to live? There's intelligent behavior. That is an intelligent thing. Don't deny the things that are not good. They're there. And knowledge of that can help make us better prepared, better informed, more intelligent. I know how to handle that. There we can get our own, there we can learn about immortality. Once we accept mortality, we can learn about, well, how is that part? Only part. Mortality is only part of what is immortal also. Thesis and antithesis. What is the synthesis? How to rise above mortality and immortality. So Maharaj Parikshit, what does he say? I'm going to die. What does he say? Chant Hare Krishna. Just chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Huh? And the solution to all problems. People think, what kind of stupid thing is that to say? How could that be a solution? Yeah. They think that we are in denial to say that. And this is what whole Bhagavatam, this 18,000 verses, Sanskrit verses of ancient texts carried, was so precious, is carried on even to the present day. And that's what this book is about. that when you're about to die, here's what happened. All these wise men, sages, yogis, everyone put their contribution here. All these saints, and they wrote their contributions here, what to do, and all said the same thing: chant Hare Krishna, remember Krishna's name, glorify, go on singing the glories of the Lord. This is their advice. Were they all crazy people? Was this all just a big story for what? Huh?
Sripad Maharaj used to always say to, whenever he used to speak, he used to say this, Ante Narayana Smriti.
What's it called?
Ante Narayana Smriti means ultimately at the end, remembrance of the Lord. That is Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj.
All the scriptures say this. Smarnam. Krishna Smarnam. And what does Krishna Smarnam translate to? Krishna consciousness. Remembering Krishna always. That is Krishna consciousness. That's what we are teaching. That's what we are practicing. And a few words is possible. 25 words or less. That is everything. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
Really bold.
Anyone want to say anything else?
Only thing is that the Parikshit Maharaj sentence are being recorded in the Bhagavad.
Maharaj, can you please speak from Shanta Maharaj's computer so we can hear their nice words?
I thought you're on mute.
Your mic is muted.
So
Okay.
only thing is that the sentences of Srila Parikshit Maharaj are in Bhagavatam. So, and we also heard that in Bhagavatam, when it comes to singing the glories of the Supreme Lord, it is the final conclusion of Bhagavatam. The very last verse also says that Nam Sankirtanam Jasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam, singing the holy name of whose destroys all the sins and gives supreme perfection, like that, the last verse. And also, comparatively speaking, people talk about nectars, but Bhagavatam speaking about nectar from the beginning. And in the 7th canto, there is the churning of the milk ocean, where demigods and demons are getting different types of nectars. But then Bhagavatam doesn't stop at those nectars, but comes to the highest conclusion, highest limit of the nectarian conceptions, that is the holy name. And because the people are so foolish, they don't accept such simple sentences. So that's why Bhagavatam also explains the science of creation, the science of time, science of all the elements, and also the history of the world, and so many topics are there. But the final conclusion is the holy name, the singing of the holy name, and not only singing in that sense, but in love and affection, without enviousness, through developed feelings in the association of devotees, in the mood of service. So those sentences are like what to say, conclusions, but there is a whole process behind that, which is necessary to also give attention to, and then the whole process becomes very beautiful.
How can the solution to every problem in this world be so simple? People are upset because of that.
They have to accept that solution may not be what they are thinking. Like I cannot have the both the things. Like I want to remain in this world and still I want to be happy. It may not be, possible. Like I may have to give up my body, but then I can have a destination which is happy, or let's say which is more fulfilling. But if I insist that I want to have this only, then that may not be the acceptable solution for the Lord, or they can arrange something. But when there is a difference in my desire and the desire of Supreme, then there is definitely some kind of what to say uh, disharmony or discord. So, what is the interest of Supreme Lord? That is the focal point, and that is being conducted by all the devotees, and we are getting that message. Actually, Bhagavatam also not a book; it's a message of the devotees. It's not an ordinary book. So, it is said that the personality of Bhagavatam is like when somebody is approaching that truth, then Bhagavatam is also waiting that when that soul will make progress, so that he can be, or he or she can be, what to say, given those higher truths. So it also depends, how much we are sacrificing, how much we are dedicating, surrendering, where we are associating. So all these things are very important.
So what happens when someone takes this the simple solution to life and remembers Krishna? What happens?
Yeah, if he takes the simplest solution, he gets the highest.
What is that
The
higher? You may
simplest
think,
means
they may think, chant Hare Krishna, all right, how much I can just do that one thing and not, and ignore everything else. Is that possible?
no. When one is thinking, I will chant Hare Krishna, that is one kind of, okay, that is also good, but that is only one kind of understanding. But that is not the higher understanding of the holy name. Of course, from the side of the devotee or from the side of the petitioner, he is calling out for the mercy. But ultimately, the holy name is wholesome. It is a what to say, original truth. So it descends in. It is said in the by Bhaktivinoda Thakur that first it appears in the heart. It appears in the tongue of the devotee. That is the higher, the spiritual master. From the tongue of the spiritual master, it enters the ear of the disciple. From the ear, it enters into its heart, his heart. Then the holy name is dancing. And from that dance of the holy name is producing some nectar, and that is again coming in the tongue of the devotee. So it's like it's not that I am chanting and the holy name is coming, but actually holy name is coming first, and it is controlling the tongue. So this is a, the development of conception is also involved here.
But what
Most of
happens? What happens when the mind, the chanting is the focus of the mind on Krishna? We said Krishna Smaranam, that's Krishna consciousness. What happens? That happens. What is that? How is that the solution to everything?
because we are entangled in the plane of various planes, exploitation or renunciation, whatever it may be. And when the mind becomes absorbed in the holy name, and because the holy name and the Lord are non-different, then the mind becomes absorbed in Krishna's holy name. Then he can. The first thing is that the negation of the external, that is what is not the spurious, so to say. And then when that is negated, then attention is turned inward or internal. and then that is where he can find eternal life, or the life of what to say, permanent ecstasy. And that is again, it's not like a fixed thing, but it is dynamic, ever increasing. So like people are very much happy to hear stories, and they are asking, please tell me a story, or I will go to a cinema and see a story of people see so many make stories in this world. But Krishna's pastimes are also called stories. They are actually the stories about the love of Godhead. So automatically, the he becomes absorbed, and the nature of those stories is not the same as of this world. So they are also eternal. So therefore, he's getting those eternal life of full of ecstasy and truth.
According
And
to
can
our
I add one thing, Maharaj? If everything is being seen as finite and isolated within itself, and then we are having problems and we're trying to fix them with the approach of finite and isolated, and then we hear, no, Krishna is the answer to all things, and we understand that Krishna is infinite, is the word whole, and everything else that we perceive is part of Krishna happening within that context, and we can see each of those problems in relation to the whole, in relation to all the finite things we see in relation to the infinite, and then our vision becomes adjusted, and we approach that problem more holistically.
okay, Umadevi, what do you say? What happens when you can remember Krishna all the time?
Sorry, Maharaj.
What happens when we remember Krishna all the time? You chant Hare Krishna means you're remembering Krishna.
Yeah, remembering Krishna always. Then
What
last,
happens
last
when
moment,
we're remembering Krishna always? Huh?
when last moment, soul leaving this body, that time you remember on last time,
Uh,
Antekala, Marana Krishna, like that. When
what you
you
say?
practicing now,
Yes?
practicing always remember now. Then last moment, you can remember Krishna.
Oh, all right. So when you die, you'll be thinking of Krishna and you'll go to Krishna, right?
Yes, Maharaj.
Huh? Well, I see another way, another thing. Kanapriya, you know what? You know what to say? You want to say something?
It's very becoming.
That's
It's very. I was just thinking that what Umadevi was saying, and that to practice Krishna consciousness, or to keep the Lord and glorify Him and remember Him within our hearts on a daily basis, I think helps us at that time when we do leave our bodies to remember. Because if we're training our mind, we're training our subconscious or subconscious mind to always think of Him, then at that time of death, it's maybe more natural process to think of Him and glorify Him.
and Rasaraj, Prabhu, would you like to give your contribution?
Well, the only thing I remember that Ila Guru Maharaj said that we are like a negative and Krishna is a positive. So actually we have to increase our negativity so Krishna will give us a mercy. That's the only thing. That it's not that depend on us. Actually, we are not able to do anything. The only thing we can remember Him and And at that time, the Krishna will give us the mercy. But it's up to him. I mean, it's not up to us.
Of
So try
course.
to remember him is one way to uh, get his attention, actually.
Mhm. You ever hear of this Nam, Guna, Rupa, Lila, Parikar?
Yes. Yes.
Huh? The development of the name? Nam is Krishna's name. Guna means we realize from the name, remembrance of Krishna, we will also learn to appreciate his qualities. Guna. Rupa,
His
we'll
form,
be able to see his form.
the lila,
Lila,
the pastimes.
his pastimes. And Parika, his associates. Huh? We will be able to see all of that by remembering Krishna, and his mercy, of course, comes to us from that remembrance when he sees we are not interested in seeing anything else. We're only interested in thinking of him and anything, only him, and no other thing. And then what happens is by his mercy, he shows us his lila. Everything becomes revealed to us. Huh? The world does not disappear. It does. The worldly world disappears, but the world of his lila appears in us. You'll see it. You'll participate in it by his grace. That is the ultimate realization of the name, of chanting, of remembering. We are transported to that world. And remember, everything is a stage of consciousness. And the evolution of consciousness will come from the spiritual side also, not only material side. But the evolution of the spiritual consciousness will rise from name to the qualities and forms and the pastimes and the associates. You'll see that will become revealed, and we enter into that world. That is possible. That is the process. Mhm. And not just a theory. There's a realization, substantial realization of the Krishna consciousness, Krishna's world, everything in relation to him. It will be experienced by the devotee who has made that decision to eliminate everything else in his life, her life. That's why we want to practice that. Well, not to get another life where we become saved from this material existence, but to experience in this very life the pastimes of the Lord by his grace. Of course, we don't hope for that. We hope for that at the same time. We leave that up to Krishna because that's not something we can do by our own performance. We can't get that by our own performance. It has to come completely from his mercy. That has to come from up to down. From that world up to down to us, has to lift us up there. Bring us up by our consciousness. You don't have to change your position in this world. You just have to change your heart. Whatever you may be in Russia or in India or in the toilets, that is irrelevant. Irrelevant. The consciousness has to change.
Maharaj,
Yes.
once I was in ISKCON Bhubaneswar, And actually there was one sannyasi. He was giving some talk, and he was telling about that at the end we must remember Krishna, and whatever we remember, and that will decide our destination. So I was listening, and some doubt came in my mind, Maharaj, and I asked him that you know at the end of our life, so should we remember Krishna or Krishna's service? I asked him. So then he thought for some time, and then he told that we do service, but ultimately we only remember Krishna, he told. Then I was not so much convinced by that. And then I told that, then why we are singing that every time we sing this song Hari Haraya Namo, then Tader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sannivas, then Janama Janama Haya. Then we are singing that life after life. I want your associates, your service of your devotees. That's what I want. I don't want anything else. And we are not following Mirabai. She was always remembering Krishna. So why we are not accepting that in Gaudiya line? She's always remembering Krishna in that way. Then he not answered actually my question anyhow. But I was thinking, Maharaj, the service thinking is more important than just remembering Krishna.
Well, in order to serve Krishna, you have to always be remembering him. So it's like we can say you can have only one side and not the other. Rasaraj wants to say something.
You want to leave?
Oh, you have to leave.
Yes, I have
Oh,
something to do.
Prabhu, we
Yes,
will miss you very badly.
Dandavad, Maharaj. Dandavad, everyone.
Right?
Dhanavad.
Dhanavad.
Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna.
Dhanavad, Rasaraj.
Yes. So you say you want to serve Krishna, but that means you have to be fixed, focused on Krishna. Otherwise, what are you serving? Right? So service of Krishna means remembrance of Krishna has to be there. And then service is possible. I don't think it's fair to say one and not the other. When we remember in Krishna, we definitely have to be in the mood of serving mood. Otherwise, why will Krishna want to show us how we can enter into his pastime without a serving mood? They're not allowed there in his pastimes. We don't have his uh, interest at heart. They can't be part of that. But I agree, Maharaj, with you also. Service is a more important thing. Because if we are thinking of Krishna and having some enjoying mood in our heart, then it's not possible. That's mixed sahaja, mixed devotion.
Yes, I was remembering at that time you told about Mirabai, Maharaj. So I was
Yeah.
thinking about that at the
Yeah.
time.
And that's why it says in the development of the name, it says Nam, Guna, Rupa, Leela, and Parikar. What does Parikar mean?
Parikarmi associates.
Associates.
Associates. I think it's not the Leela, but the Parikar. Uh, those who are engaged in the Leela with Krishna. They are the ones we want to be to realize. Uh, Parikar. The devotees of Krishna, the gopis, so forth. Are higher.
Sometime, Maharaj, some
Yeah?
devotees, they keep a photo of Krishna, and then they look at it and they do their chanting like that. Some practices are done in India. I'm not sure whether that happens in the West, but we see in
Yeah.
many places they do like
Yes.
that.
Many, yes.
So actually, that is not encouraged so much. That type of thing.
Uh,
And because what
Sridhar,
yes, Maharaj.
yeah, Sridhar Maharaj used to say, Krishna consciousness is philosophy. Radhadas is what we are after. And yeah, many things like that. Delicate topics.
Srila Prabhupada
Excuse me.
used to, there, Srila Prabhupada would chant sometimes looking at the picture of Saraswati Thakur, right? I saw in one video. You can't hear?
It's a little low.
Sometimes Srila Prabhupada, he would chant japa, right? Looking at the photo of Saraswati Thakur. So, I don't know if that's the same thing as looking at a picture of Krishna while you chant. Looking at a picture of Gurudev. I don't know if he was doing that just trying to help the devotees use any means possible to remember. I don't know why he was showing like that, but he showed that. I saw in some video.
So we want to take all these things into consideration. Although the Bhagavatam says like this, Mahaprabhu says also, singing the names, singing the glorious Sankirtan is the message. We have to consider that serving is not just a meditation on Krishna, not just a mental thing. It's an active thing. Bhakti Mama Vijananti. I can be known by devotion. Unless the devotion is there, there's no question of Krishna. Krishna is that devotion. This is an activity. Krishna is not a separate thing from his devotional activities, from his devotees' activities. There's no such separate entity. And now we have to remember that organic truth is living organic whole. Living, not just a meditation, not just what do you call it, samadhi, something like that. Samadhi,
Yogic practice, Maharaj.
yogic practice, yeah. Not just something like that. Whole self, whole heart, everything. Love, like you said, love is the whole of Krishna consciousness, essence. So, very good. Gauranga. Any other thing? Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. Bhakti. Nishkam Shanta Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Vigyan Muni Maharaj ki jai.
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 Srimati, Uma Devi, and Kanapriya Devi, and Sripad, Sriman Krishna, Keshava Prabhu, and Bhaktin, Therese, Didi.
Jai.
Please take care of yourselves. Happy Mother's Day to our mothers here. And also, happy birthday to you.
Whose birthday?
Today is tomorrow or the day after is Teresa's birthday.
Tomorrow on Mother's Day. Yeah.
Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
जय विष्णु पात्र से परिव्राज कर जगत गुरु श्रील भक्ति माधव पुरी महाराज की जय।
जय।
धन्यवाद।